On Monday in the UK, Harry surprised the waiting media throng when he popped right out of an anonymous minivan outside of the London High Court. But something very strange happened. He actually had a smile on his face. Oh yes, I'm talking about Harry. I mean, the man who has made himself into the world's only professional whiner, appeared with that rare facial expression. His trademark scowl was replaced by an actual smile. And just today, we figured out why Harry was looking so unusually chipper as he entered the court, where he is one of 7 famous names filing a lawsuit against the Daily Mail's parent company for alleged phone hacking. Of course, the company continues to deny these claims. You see, Harry had multiple reasons for coming to the UK. He was there to indulge in his 2 favorite hobbies. He was there to make some trouble for the people on Fleet Street, and he was also there to launch a new bruising PR assault on his own family. And for that reason, people of Buckingham Palace should be very concerned. Harry's presence in London this week, the fact that he flew so far just to make sure that the world's attention was on what was going on inside of Court 76, is definitely proof that he is never going to stop. All I've got to say is poor King Charles. Now might be a good time to cuddle that teddy bear. What has become obvious this week is that Harry's book Spare was not his final shot in his feud against the palace. Instead, it looks like Harry's going to keep on waging his one-man war. Confirmation of this came on the second day of the preliminary hearing, when Harry, through a witness statement, accused his family of covering up phone hacking. This is a quote from Harry. He said, "The institution was without a doubt withholding information from me for a long time." Now, Harry is also the first member of his family to appear in a courtroom since Princess Anne back in 2002, when she ended up with a criminal conviction after her dog bit 2 kids. Ugh, this again. Every time I think that he must be finished, he must have already said anything he could possibly say, that he has to be done with this mess. Well, he shows up like a whack-a-mole with a troupe of high-priced lawyers, and he's there to have another go at his own family. For the rest of the family, though, like King Charles, Queen Camilla, and William and Catherine, the Prince and Princess of Wales, who were just trying to figure out how to make this coronation go off without a hitch, this is certainly not welcome news. Now, on the outside, of course, the King and the palace have remained quiet in the face of Harry and Meghan's attacks, but his displeasure is pretty obvious. In late February, we learned that His Majesty made the choice to kick them out of their rent-free UK home Frogmore Cottage within 24 hours of Spare hitting shelves. While the 2 of them may have already known that they needed to vacate the 5-bedroom designer home, they only discovered when their eviction was made public in late February that their place had actually been earmarked for Uncle Andrew, according to the Telegraph. That had to sting. And then we learned the news that Meghan and Harry had christened their daughter and that she would officially be known as Princess Lilibet, and their son would officially be known as Prince Archie. Now these are titles that only became available to the children when Charles became king. Did the palace release any kind of statement confirming this news? Was there any bit of grandfatherly happiness that his American grandkids would be assuming their British birthrights? Well, absolutely not. Instead, the only reaction from the palace was that they changed their official royal website. And now we have passed the 2-year mark since Harry and Meghan started to publicly embarrass and attack the palace with all their truth-telling. Of course, there was that infamous Oprah Winfrey special, Harry's appearance on the Armchair Expert podcast, the fact that he participated in the Apple Plus mental health series The Me You Can't See, and also Meghan's interview with The Cud, their 6-part Netflix docu-series, Harry's 400-page plus memoir, his 4 big TV interviews, and also the feature-length sit-down that he did with the Telegraph's Brianne Gordon, and his ticketed 90-minute live stream with Dr. Gabor Mate. So Harry has just kept up with this battle, even in the face of never managing to get anything like an apology or even an acknowledgement of wrongdoing on the part of the palace. The past 2 years, we have just watched on as Harry's relationship with his family has gone from bad to a lot worse. In fact, now, more U.S. citizens report a negative view of Meghan and Harry than a positive one, and most people in Britain, 64% as of this month's polling, do not think well of Harry. Now, 5 years ago, Harry and the late Queen were neck and neck for the top spot when it came to the UK's favorite member of the royal family. But today, some people are speculating that Harry is going to be booed by people if he ends up going to his father's coronation. So basically, it is difficult to think of a fall from grace, adoration, and public life that is more dramatic than what we've seen with Harry. And Andrew doesn't really count because he was never very popular with anybody other than his ex-wife, some Middle Eastern trade ministers who wanted some sketchy business with him, and whoever it was who convinced that man to buy that tacky Bentley that he likes to drive around in. Even so, Harry, with his witness statement this week, is continuing on. He's demonstrating a pretty self-destructive refusal to waste any opportunity to aim a quick right hook at his own family. And I'm not trying to say that he shouldn't pursue these hacking claims. I mean, if they are found to be true by the court, they are utterly disgraceful, and that was completely wrong for them to do that. But was it necessary for Harry to bring his family into this whole mess? It just seems like he cannot speak without taking a potshot at his own family. I mean, what, when he and Meghan go out to those overpriced LA restaurants, does he have to tell the waiter all about how William got more sausages than him sometimes? This appearance from Harry in London is evident that even after Netflix and even after Spare, even in the face of all the consequences and repercussions, Harry is not going to retreat and he's not going to let go of past royal family mistakes as he sees them. And when it comes to Harry's crusade against the firm, he's basically the same as the Terminator. He's got a big chip on his shoulder and it's not going anywhere. He is holding a grudge and he doesn't want to let go. And he also has a bunch of lawyers who by now must live in his pool house. Let's just remember the Terminator's famous line, "I'll be back." This week, Harry showed that he was going to be back too. He was going to be back at home, he was going to be back in the headlines, and he was going to go after the palace again for the millionth time. So you know what? Maybe His Majesty needs to ask Camilla to share some of the good stuff this evening. And you, do you agree with our views on Harry? If yes, please like and share my video with anybody else who would enjoy it. If not, let us know what you think below in the comments section. And please subscribe to our Kate Middleton and the Queen News YouTube channel to get more updates in the future. Thank you so much for tuning in, good night, and we'll be back to see you all tomorrow.